And let's talk a little bit about Flushing Avenue. I know there's a
Yeah.
lot of back and forth between the local council member, the mayor's office. What are your thoughts on that?
Are you talking about
The,
Bedford Avenue?
yes, Bedford Avenue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bedford, the bike
Yeah.
lane, the protected bike lane is no longer protected.
Yeah, so the Bedford Avenue Safety Project, we fought very hard. There were a number of really tragic deaths that occurred on Bedford Avenue in the past 5 years. It's a key part of the protected bike lane network. Good, that cuts across Bed-Stuy into Williamsburg. Um, we fundamentally believe that people all across the city have a right to high quality protected uh, bike lane network so they can hop on a bike to get around. But something that the data also shows is that a protected bike lane is a safety improvement on a street that makes it much safer for people in cars and for people walking as well. Now, there's a couple blocks in Williamsburg where there was a real challenge. You had a ton of school buses that were dropping off, and kids were walking through the parked cars, crossing the bike lane, and there was some conflict between the folks who were biking and kids who were crossing the bike lane to get onto the sidewalk. Now, what we fundamentally believe and what the data shows, since that bike lane has gone in, there have been fewer injuries. There have been no deaths at all on Bedford Avenue. But there has been this conflict between some of the kids hopping off the school bus and some bikes. Now, we think there are real design fixes. There's a way, lots of other cities across the world and even other parts of New York, there's ways to set up bus drop-off points that have a little protected spot for kids to get off the bus, to have a raised bike lane potentially so people can cross safely, so it slows down the bikes. But we think it's really reckless and unfortunate for, rather than adopting some of these more thoughtful solutions, they're just tearing out the bike lane altogether, which I think will shift back to a road design that puts everybody in danger of speeding cars and trucks and could lead to more injuries and deaths than trying to figure out how to make the bike lane work, even with the school bus drop offs.